everyone. Happy Monday. All right, let me just make sure I'm all good up here. Oh, I need to plug my phone in too. Make sure I'm all good. All right, let's see. Let's see if it gets moving. You know, there's like a 45-second delay, which is crazy, right? I can see people coming on, but it hasn't shown me anything yet. So make sure when you come in that you give a thumbs up, that you make a comment, let me know you're here. And then, hello, Sharon. Yes, you finally made it. Yeah, so make sure you comment, you share, you give a thumbs up, and I will put your name in for a drawing for next week. The drawing for next week, hold on 2 seconds, let me grab. I had some stuff pulled out, but then I think I moved it. Hold on. Because I have lots and lots of things that I've been going through this week to get rid of things. And so this week's prize is the 2022-2024 in color matted decorative dots. So we will put this, I will put this over here on my table, and we will draw a name for it next week. Last week's prize winner is Kathy T. I have your information, so I will mail that right on over to you. And let's see. Hello, Verna. Okay, I am going to do these real quick. So Paper Pumpkin, don't forget about Paper Pumpkin. Last day to register for this one, which it's called All the Best. The last day to register is December the 11th. Nope, I'm sorry, December the 10th. I always do that the wrong date for some reason. But it's December the 10th. You have to subscribe before then to get that kit. Then right now, the lovely mini holiday catalog. This sucker right here is 60%. There are some items that are up to 60% off. Don't let that fool you. There are some items that are still full price. So it could be a little different like with your pricing. So don't just expect. There are some items that are 60% off, but not all of them. I do have a list of those things. I was going to do a video, but I hadn't had time yet. I am going to do a walkthrough of that. Probably, it might be one day this week, where I've gone through my lovely little catalog and I've marked either a C, which is carryover. I've got an O, which just means that it's going to online, and then things that are retiring. Please note this. If there is something you want, you better go ahead and get it, because things are selling out fast. They've been selling out fast with this catalog anyway. So now with it being a sale, they're going even quicker. So anyway, so I will share some of that. I'll do a live. That'll be over on Facebook, and I'll do a live with all of that. So there is those items. Let's see. The next thing is, look what I got in my hot little hands. I'm so excited. I'm always excited about a new catalog. This is a good one, as always. There's lots of cute, fun things. But don't forget, in January, it starts the celebration. So that is coming quickly. And they, of course, like always, have the $100 section, where if you spend $100, there's items you can pick. And then they also have $50. I can't show you any of those catalogs yet. I cannot show them to you online until the start of it, which is January the 4th. But if you are a current customer of mine, you have one of these, one of each coming to you. If you have not ordered from me in the past 6 months and you would like one, then you just need to email me and let me know. So, and I will be happy to send you one. Okay. So that is all that. I'm going to move you to the table because I've got a couple other things that I want to show you. So let's close you up and move you. And see if I can turn it. There we go. All right. Oh, Verna, you got yours? Yeah. Woohoo! And yes. There are many things that are already completely sold out and they're not coming back. And you know what? That is expected and that is good because that means that people want the products, right? Which also means that I'm trying to use things that are not really in the catalog right now, which has been a little difficult. Because I'm slightly afraid that I have one class that I might have to cut off sooner rather than later because I think that the paper and everything was getting on low inventory, which we're going to talk about now. The last day to register for this one is on Thursday. But I'm going to have to keep watching the inventory list to see if things are selling out. At this point, I have enough for everybody who's registered for class. And I've tried to order a couple extra just to make sure that I have enough, that nothing, goes haywire. But I keep moving everything, so I'm losing my embellishments along the way. Anyway, so this is my Christmas Fun Fold class. This class right here is completely to go. So everything gets mailed directly to you. They are all fun fold cards. I showed y'all this one last week, but this is my favorite one. So it just sits just like that and then can sit on a desk somewhere. And then there is that one. This one's a gift card holder on that side. And then that one and this one. So this Fun Fold class is $65, and that includes the make and take packet, of course. It includes a video of walking through the step-by-step of each card. It also includes a full pack of the Merry and Bright paper. It includes a full pack of the Granny Apple Green and Melon Mambo foil paper. It includes both bolts of these ribbons here. This is the Starry Sky and the Parakeet Party. And then it also includes, hold on, it also includes some embellishments that I moved apparently somewhere because I was using it for another project. But it comes with the iridescent disc embellishments, which look like these. These are really cute, and great thing is these are actually moving over to the new catalog, which is fantastic. Not only that, the Merriest Trees dies and the stamp set are going to be a carryover as well. So yay for all of that. That actually makes me feel really good because that means that it won't sell out. It's just the paper that may. Oh, here are the embellishments. Sorry. I did put them back in. You can tell I've really used mine. I like these a lot. So, and these are going over to the new catalog as well. Okay, so that's all about that class. $65. You can add on any of the products that are used for cost. You don't get charged shipping and tax on those. Okay. The next thing I'm really excited about, like I thought I was pretty excited about the Fun Fold because, I don't do a lot of fun folds. I should do more of them because I enjoyed it, but my club for December, I'm super excited about. Before I show it to you, because I don't want to show it to you yet, I want it to be a surprise as I talk about it. As I designed it, I just kept getting more excited and more excited about it. Then I showed it to my husband. My husband usually is like the one that always goes, very supportive, but he always says, oh, that's cute. Just to be nice. Y'all, when I showed this to him, he goes, oh, these would make great Christmas presents. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I have time to make that many. So anyway, so I was super proud of myself with his nice little comment. So I'm going to show it to you. It's a calendar, a desktop calendar. So it sits on your desktop. It is using the Days to Remember stamp set, which is only $17, and you can create an entire year, any year. So if you wanted to make these as a Christmas gift later on, like for 2025, you would have all year long to do that, and you can do it with this stamp set. That is the amazing thing about it. I had a lot of fun creating this. So I'm going to show you. So here's the front. everything sits in a little pocket because I wanted each month to be cute. I made them a little thicker. So I had to create a box for the back so that they could all sit in the box. And then of course I did Poppy Parade, so this would all kind of flow together there. But let me just show you the months, okay? So you'll get the cardstock to create this, and then with this class, you'll get a half a pack of the Brights DSP, and you'll get a half a pack of the Subtles DSP. Make sure I put those up there for you to see them. And then you will also get the combo pack that includes all 3 of these ribbons right here. Okay, and this is Azure Afternoon, this is Lemon Lolly, and then this is Bubble Bath. Okay, so I'm gonna walk through them just really quick, just because I really do like them. So this is January, and then you got February. And of course, you can change these up if you wanted. I will tell you, I will be personally die cutting all of these items for you. So most everything that you're gonna see is just a die cut because I wanted to make sure everybody had the opportunity to create it how I did. There's only one stamp set beyond the Days to Remember that I used, and that's the Easter Bunny one because it was such a popular set. So I will cut out all of these little items for you. It will be an act of love for sure. All right, so then you got February and March. And see, this is where I used the Easter Bunny stamp set because I really liked the carrots. But then, of course, I punched out the bunny. And then there's April and May. And then June. I love me some lots of fun dies that we have in our catalog. There is most everything I used is in the annual catalog. Or the mini holiday catalog, but I have one that'll be a sneak peek. Oh, thank you, Verda. I have a sneak peek of a product that will be coming in January because I could cut it out and I can do that. So, so this is July and then August. And here's the sneak peek. Hot air balloon is coming our way. So that's September. And then October, and this is the famous glow in the dark paper. I still have some left, so I decided to use that for the ghost. And then there's November, using my pumpkins, and then December. So this class, this is Club. So Club is $39, and $39 gets you all the pieces cut minus your DSP. And your ribbon. It'll come with all of those things cut for you. So your white cardstock that it sits on, and then this white cardstock that you stamp on. I did use lots of different colors for the actual month, but you can use whatever you want, whatever you have. You can change it up. You can do all that stuff. So you can make it yours. But anyway, so Club, $39. And I even did... Y'all will be proud of me because when I took my pictures, I figured it would be really easy to see like how I designed it all. So I even did this. I even created little templates so that I could take pictures and make sure that you had all of that nice and easily to see. So there are links to both the Fun Fold class and the Club in the description of the video. So, yes, so that is everything I've got for classes. I do have a class coming up this Saturday. I also have bingo. Oh, yeah, bingo. Friday is the last day to register for bingo. I've ordered a couple extra kits because I can use kits at different events and sell them and do that kind of stuff. So I ordered some extra kits. But if you're interested, the last day is Friday because I have to finish cutting the rest of the packets. So I've already done the majority of it. I just have to finish if anybody registers between now and Friday. So anyway, but that is all on Saturday. Class in the morning at 10, and then and then bingo in the afternoon. Okay, so for today, let's talk about today. We are going to use the Garden Meadow. This suite is called Meandering Meadows, I believe is what it is. This is all online exclusives. So this suite comes with the pack of paper, and it's 6x6 paper. The stamp set, the dies. It also comes with some ribbon, which I didn't actually use tonight for any of our projects. And then it also comes with some embellishments. And I decided to use all of these because everything's back in stock. So, but it comes with these and then the ribbon. The ribbon is very vanilla, and I think it is crumb cake, if I'm not mistaken. It's really cute, but I needed dainty things for tonight's projects. So that is all about this suite. So let's get started. Our first project is going to be a card that I really wanted to focus on the designer series paper. I know it's still covered up, but it gives you a good view of the outside of it. And mainly I wanted some of those flowers to show. So this is going to be our first card. You can find all of the measurements for today's projects on my blog, which is simplyelizabethcrafts.com. All the measurements, all the products that I use are all posted in there. And then you can get the class packet mailed to you for free when you do purchase in my store. But all that information is on the blog post as well. All right, I'm going to pull everything out because we are going to have to do some stamping and some die cutting for this one. All right. Let me move this over here. Okay. So our first thing is we're going to take everything out of our little packet here. I tried to be a little organized today. We'll see if it works. All right. And then we'll fold this in half. Grab a bone folder. We've got to give it a good crease to make sure that it stays folded in half. And then we are going to take some Ever So Lovely liquid glue, and we're going to attach our DSP straight to the front. And I did it all the way over the whole front so that you'd have a little bit more of that designer series paper there. All right. And then we will stack it like our books, or our stack of papers, whichever one you want to say. All right, there we go. And then we have our little piece here. Again, all the measurements are on that blog because I think this is a 3 by 3.5, but don't hold me to that. And I really wanted little curved edges. I felt like it just kind of made it a little bit fancier. So I'm using the handmade tag, and we're just going to use one of these corners here. And we're just going to stick it in and create our own. Now, we used to have a punch, I think, many years ago that did this for us, but mine will not be perfect on all sides, but that is completely fine. Nobody's ever going to notice. I don't think people are going to pull out a ruler to make sure that it all matches. At least I hope not. Ooh, I really hope not. All right. We'll do the last one. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to throw away my trash before I move on. Okay. Now on this, I'm going to stamp the sentiment first because that's going to be at the bottom, and then everything else is going to be above it. So I want to make sure that my placements start out from the bottom and work their way up. So I'm going to grab some black memento. Ink it all up. Hello, Sherry. Oh, from cold Indiana. Oh, I'm a Southern girl. It feels really cold here, but not as cold as y'all are for sure. Not as cold as y'all are. All right, so we're just going to stamp this right down here. Then we're going to start building. So So I want to add our little dirt at the bottom. So we're going to come here, stamp it there. I'm going to flip this stamp, and then I'm going to stamp it here. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp it one more time up there. And that's just going to give us enough of a ground. All right, so we're going to set that aside for right now. We're going to come in here, stamp our boots, our rain boots. We're going to stamp our flowers. Our little gardening tools. And I'm putting them far enough away so that I can cut them out all at the same time. And then we'll do that. Okay. Now let's color. So I tried to make it pretty simple for coloring. So we're going to do light. And then the rest of it is going to be dark. I didn't do like shading or anything like that. I seriously was trying to make it as easy as possible because really your focus is going to be more on the pretty DSP in the background. So, all right, and then let's see, we're going to do this one in the dark smoky slate. And that, oh, and then this little, I would assume that this is probably like a little metal piece for that to go. All right, now Balmy Blue, and this is the dark Balmy Blue, and I'm just going to tell you my dark Balmy Blue I broke, so I'm going to have to, it comes right out. I tried to fix it. I'm not sure it worked, but it worked that time though, so that's good. All right, so I'm going to do the edges here, and then I'm going to do this here. Okay, then I'm going to come over here and, oh, you know what? That's actually dark. We're going to do this, or that's light Balmy Blue there. We're going to do the dark with the handle. Oops. Okay. Now let's take this light Balmy Blue, and we're going to color in that. And then we're going to use our big side. Get some good, fast brush strokes. Okay. Now we'll flip this around and we're going to do a couple of the flowers. Okay. Let's do one more right here. Okay, and then we're going to take the, this is Calypso Coral, and we're going to do the rest of the leaves, and this is the dark. I mean, we're going to do the rest of the flowers in Calypso Coral. Okay. Some Granny Apple Green for our leaves. And while I color, did everyone have a good Thanksgiving? I hope you all did. Hello. We had ours catered for the majority of it. We did a couple of sides, and that was it. So we actually slept in just a little more than we normally do, which was nice. And then the families came over, and really we got to enjoy more than we, have in the past, because we didn't have all the dishes to clean up. Everything was just, leftovers were just put into a container. And then it literally like went in the refrigerator, and we were, you know, we got to play around. So my nieces and I, we actually built a beach house, cookie house, I guess is what they call them. You know, it's the old, it's the gingerbread houses, but now like Target and all those places, they have it like for every holiday. So we did a beach one. It was a lot of fun. It doesn't look really good because, you know, it's a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old. So anyway, but it was a lot of fun. That was kind of my highlight, was being able to do that with them and not having to worry about cleaning up and doing all that. So it was very relaxing. I hope all of y'all's were too. Did y'all have lots of leftovers? Because we had a ton of leftovers. More than we anticipated, I guess. So, all right. I'm actually going to go grab the big machine so I can just run it all through at one time. Okay. So I've got this one here. I'm going to use some tape so that nothing slides around. We're going to grab our dies and let's see if I can get them all off. I think this is it. Okay. All right. So let's put this one here, and they're easy to line up, especially this one because you can see your handle there. All right, that one is done. Oops. And then we'll line this one up. All right, let me grab some more tape. Grab some little pieces here. All right, so 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Put our boots. I love rain boots. I would own 100 if I could. I don't have a place for that many. I have a place for like 1 or 2 pairs, and I might have 1 or 2 pairs. Who really needs that many rain boots, right? But I do, because they're cute. All right. There we go. All taped down, good to go. And we'll run it through. Sorry about the shaking. All right, now we can put it all together. I'm going to put my tape over here. And put my pieces back on my mat so that I don't lose them. I might be a little famous for losing dies because I just stick them down. All right. And ta-da. Okay. So we are going to take our front of our card, and we're going to take our piece that I have apparently lost. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Right in front of my face. Okay. It was blending in with my sign there. Okay. So we've got that. Now we've got our dirt or ground there. So we're going to start kind of building up from it. So we're going to put our basket down first. It's a new roller. There we go. Got to get it started. All right, so this is going to come right about here. Then we're going to stick our boots over on the other side. Like that. We're going to pop up our little water can here. We're just going to put one dimensional on the back, which does hurt my heart a little bit, but all right, we're going to stick this here. Okay. And then I'm going to do some adhesive on these, but I'm going to use my silicone mat because what I want to do is I'm just going to run it like that, and then I'm just going to take this leftover adhesive and I'm just going to fold it over. And then I'm going to fold it over if there's any pieces again, just like that. I felt like that was a little easier because the glue dots were still a little too big as well. So, all right, this is going to come right about here. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. We're going to fold over and fold over. And then we will attach this one. I'm going to attach that one right there. Okay. Now, let's add our linen thread. And y'all, I used linen thread on every single project. I just could not help myself. I could not help myself at all. Seriously. So, I actually even had to order more because I used it on every single project, and had used it for a couple other things recently, so I had to order some more because I was starting to get low. All right, so we're going to wrap it around 3 times, and then we're going to tie a bow. All right, there we go. And then we're going to take and trim these tails off with a pair of scissors that are not gooky. I'm just going to kind of force it to do what I want it to do. I'm going to bring it up just a touch, just so that it gives a little bit more room to be seen there. All right, and then we'll flip this over, put dimensionals on the back. And I'm going to put that over that linen thread too, so it helps kind of stabilize that. And once we take all the dimensionals off, we will put it on the front. And then guess what? This card is done. So see, it did not actually take very long. It's actually pretty simple to put this one together. Verna, of course I did. Yes, you know I did. I think when I get down to, you know, maybe like 3 or 4 packs left, I order more. And I think I was down to 2. It's this one because this is a full one, and then one other one, and that's all I have currently. So I have to order more. All right, so there is card number 1. All right, let's do card, no, not card. It's actually just a project. It's a little 3D box. And it uses the large, what I call the window or the arch die. It kind of reminds me of like the old, I don't know, like the old Greek villages and stuff like that. You know, all their windows are kind of like this. You know, the white stucco, and then their windows are they all have the arch at the top. So anyway, that's kind of like a Tuscany thing too. That's what it reminds me of. So we are going to create this. Now on this, I have already cut out all this stuff, but I'm going to walk you through what I did so that you can see it. Hold on, my watch is talking to me. Okay, so I cut out a piece of DSP using the arch. Then I cut out a piece of fresh freesia from the arch. Then I cut a piece of fresh freesia DSP. Now, we are going to score this one, and I have my little measurements. These are actually 1/2 inch and not 1/4. These are actually 1/2 inch. So you'll see I've corrected my measurements there. So anyway, so this is the little box template, and I gave you the measurements and the score lines for all of that on the blog, so that if you choose to recreate it, you can certainly do so. So I'm going to grab my scoring. Hello, Lori. And I'm gonna make sure I put it in your view here. Okay, so our piece is 3 3/4 by 6. So on, this is what I call the long side here. So this is the long side, and then this is your short side, okay? So on the short side, you are gonna score at 1/2 inch, and then you're gonna score at 3 1/4, okay? Then on the long side, you're gonna score at 2 3/4 and 3 1/4, okay? It's very simple, very, very simple. Then we're gonna take and fold on all of our lines, on all our little score lines there. Give it a good crease. And we're gonna grab our scissors, and then we're gonna cut. So we're gonna turn this one and that one into a little tab. So this is gonna go straight across, and then we're gonna notch it in, and you just have to notch it in just a little bit. Okay, and then we're gonna turn it and do the same thing. Okay. Once we do that, we are then going to decide which one is going to be our front, which one's going to be our back. It doesn't matter. And we're going to notch down like this. Okay. Let me flip that over, and we'll do it on this side. And I'm coming in just a touch from that score line. And the reason for that is when we create this box, we want to make sure that none of it will show through. So when we pull it up, we want to make sure that our tops are smooth here, but a lot of times, because of how we're going to put the box together, one side will be a little bit taller. So that's why we want to do that. Hope that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to grab some tear and tape. You could definitely use some liquid glue. I'm going to refrain and use some tear and tape. I think tear and tape will be just as good. Okay, so then we're going to take and fold these two flaps on the ones that we cut in like that. We're going to fold those two flaps in, and we're going to put tear and tape on those. And this is our back part. So the back part is what you're going to do your cuts with. Okay. And it's really not going to matter, because honestly, you're going to adhere both of these pieces around it. So you're not really going to notice it, but it's just my little thing. All right, let's see if I can get these off. All right, and then our little ones here. And our little ones here. All right, these are gonna go in first, because I like to hide those. So now that one's in. So now we're going to come over here, and we're going to put this one in. Like that. Then these are going to get tucked inside. So this is going to come right on the inside. And then we're going to go there. And then this is going to do the same thing. And it's going to tuck right on into the inside there. Okay. And then once you've got that, now we're going to pull out our liquid glue. I do have to use it. Okay, so these where the side seam, you can see that's going to go toward your back. So that's going to go and attach to this. All right, so we're going to put some liquid glue. And then we're going to attach it. And when I attach it, I just want to leave a little bit of the bottom, not all of it, just a little bit, so that you can see it. And then I want to make sure that my edges are pretty close, okay? Then I will take my bone folder, hold that in place, and rub on the inside, and that'll give it a good seal with the glue, okay? Now, we're going to do that same way on the front. All right, so I'm going to flip this over, and we're going to line it up as close as possible. It does not have to be perfect. It really does not. So then once you've got it, and with the liquid glue, you can move it around a little bit too if you need to. So that's the good thing about the liquid glue, even if it doesn't like me. All right. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my bone folder and insert it and rub. All right, so there we go. Now, in my little sample, I have a little, which of course I'm going to have to untie it, but it'll be all right. I have a little face mask. This is a little, well, it's a cleaning cream mask. This was a little gift that was given to me at a birthday party on Saturday for my niece, and this is what she wanted to hand out as a little Cersei. And they had like ribbon around it, and it was really cute. But you know, me and my craftiness, we added a little bit extra, and so but it fits perfectly in this box. So that's what I inserted into it. Okay, so now we've got that. We have our, oh, I wanted to show you something. So these little notches here, you're probably wondering where in the world did they come from? So I did a lot of scoping through our dies, and while I was looking, I had these out for the calendar, and I realized it had these little dies here. Well, that is perfect for doing little treats like this, because we don't really have anything that allows you to just cut one hole like that to stick ribbon through. So there we go. I almost used the heart one because I thought that was really cute. So you could use whichever, because even our tag dies, the holes that you can cut out, they're connected with 4, so you get all 4 cut out, and you don't want that. So anyway, so those came from the Alphabet a la mode dies. This is from the timeless, what is it? Timeless Arrangements dies. And I've used these a lot too. I like these dies. And we are going to use some Blueberry Bushel, because that is some Blueberry Bushel right there. We're going to use it and stamp our sentiment. Every day is a fresh start. This would be perfect for a neighbor. It would be perfect for, you know, a bachelorette, you know, the bride-to-be on her bachelorette weekend. This would be good for a girl's little sleepover. Like, you could even put it in like fun paper if you wanted. I put it in pretty paper because it's kind of spa-like in my opinion. So that is where the whole idea came from. All right, we're gonna stamp our flowers and we're gonna color them. And we're gonna do it, it's gonna be pretty easy, pretty simple. So we'll ink it up, stamp it, and stamp it. Oops. And then we are going to use our fresh freesia, and we're going to color this. And do you see I'm not coloring it in the lines? No need to do that. No need to do that. All of my blue, what do you call these? Stampin' blends are like tight. They have tight lids. Okay, so there we go. We got those, and now we're gonna take our dark granny apple green, and we're gonna color our leaves real quick. Real simple. Because if you made these for a bunch of people for like a weekend away, a spa trip, whatever, you want it to be pretty simple going in. You don't want it to be real complicated at all. Okay, so this one we can use our little machine. Just because we're going to have to cut it out twice anyway. All right. So we're going to line that up. I'm going to put some tape on it to be safe. Roll it out. All right, so there's our first one. And then we're going to line this one up. Put the tape on it and roll it through. The very best trio punch. Does it really? So then I'm thinking, because, you know, I have all my punches out in front of me, but the one I have, oh, you know what? Yes, Deb, you know what? I did see that. So where the slot is, it doesn't go far enough down for the cut that's up here. So when I did it the first time on a fresh freesia piece, it was like way up here. Well, this is all like it's like cut into. So it made it so that it would break. That is actually why we don't have a single standing die. That's what I meant to say, because you are right. We don't have like a die that does it. Just that punch, but it didn't do it far enough down, unfortunately. So, because I tried it first, but it didn't work. So, unless I was doing something wrong, it did not work for me. It didn't go far enough down for me anyway. Okay, so there we go. We've got all of these, and now we are going to put all this together, and I have a sneak peek. Yes, I think it is because of the curve. If it was straight, it probably would have worked a whole lot better, but yeah. Coordinates pretty well with this. So, so we're going to put this in. And ta-da! I promise it is much easier, but for whatever reason, when I go live, nothing is easy. All right, so we've got our cute little bow now done. Let's move that in a little bit, and then we're going to cut. And it is a little thicker, so just know that. It's easy to tie. You just have to do a little pulling with it, okay? All right, so now we've got that. And then, of course, we're going to go to our linen thread. And we're going to run this through here. We're going to take our sentiment, and I want the sentiment to kind of be down here at an angle. So we're going to put dimensionals on the back of it. One, two, and three. We actually really only need three. I'm going to go slack on the dimensionals this time. Okay, so this is going to sit right about here. We are going to take our linen thread, and we're going to pull it through. Maybe. It was not this complicated. There we go. All right, now I'm just going to tie a knot and I'm going to go ahead and cut right there so that I can make sure I get this tight. Okay, so I'm just going to tie it in a knot like that. And then I'm going to take and trim off really close to that knot. And then I'm going to pull it so that that knot goes behind our sentiment. So you will not see it at all. And then what that also does is it kind of gives you your pop-up, like your pop-up dimensional for right there too. Kind of serves for two purposes if I can get it to move. Again, it was way easier when I did it before. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. All right, so now you've got it hanging from your bow up here, okay? Then we're gonna take and put this down, and we're just gonna use Stampin' Seal for that, okay? And this is gonna stick right about here. Just wanna kind of make sure I get it on there right. Then this is gonna get popped up halfway. So we're gonna take half dimensionals here. I want to make sure I put it on the right side. Okay, so we're going to put one here. We're going to put one here. And then we're going to put a little bit of adhesive right there. And I'm going to have to fold over that adhesive because that's going to sit on our sentiment right about there. Okay. All right. I didn't take the backing off of this one. There we go. Okay, so there is our little project. I love the paper in this suite. I think the paper is absolutely gorgeous. All right, there we go. Oh, you know what I did forget? Just kidding, we're not done. This one, I actually did add some of the embellishments. And I added the dragonflies. So we'll put the dragonflies on. And one more. Let's do it here. Okay, there we go. Can't forget those dragonflies at all, right? Okay, so there we go. There is the box. All right, and then the last project, last but not least, we have a card. And let's see, I don't need those. I need the stamp set. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do some bubble bath. We're going to do this card base here, fold it in half, give it a good burnish. Then we are going to take another piece of bubble bath and we're going to adhere our window, our Tuscany, well, that's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it a Tuscany window into the beautiful world. So we're going to attach this here. Now on this sample, I had it like center, but I think I'm going to move it up just a little bit so that you can see more of the DSP when I put the wheelbarrow on it, okay? So we're going to take and adhere this down and just move it up just a little bit. Get it straight. Okay. Then we're going to flip it over and we're going to put dimensionals on the back and we're going to pop it up onto our card front. And once we do that, then we'll do our stamping and our coloring, which is always the fun part, right? All right, so that goes there. This is our inside piece. You could always stamp that wheelbarrow again if you wanted. I'm not, just because y'all have to sit here and watch me color it, because if I don't color it while I'm doing it, I will not do it. I will not go back and do it. So we'll just leave it blank. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment first. We're going to stamp that in black memento. And we're going to stamp it right there in the center. And I think that'll be good enough. I'm not going to stress over that. Ooh, yes, I am. Okay, let's flip it over. Let's try it again. I might need to move it down a little bit so I can see it. Let's see. Am I still in the picture? Yeah, okay. All right, let's see if I can get it that time. Oh, much better. Okay, we're going to go with that one. Then we're going to do our wheelbarrow with our flowers. And we're going to stamp this right here. This is on a scrap piece of paper. And then let's start coloring. So I'm going to just set that aside so I can do some coloring. So we're going to use fresh freesia for our flowers. And we're just going to kind of color in some of our areas. I'm not being perfect with it at all. I don't feel like, you know, I feel like with the way this, the flowers are designed, that it's not meant to be like fully perfect at all. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is our Melon Mambo. And I think I did the light, actually. So that wasn't too dark. And we're going to probably go back and add a couple more of the fresh freesia. Okay. All right, so let's take that fresh freesia again. Let's color in some of these areas. Okay. All right. And then we're going to take our Granny Apple Green. And we're going to do our leaves. And I did that as a leaf, which it's not, but it will be fine. It's crafting. You can do whatever it is that you really want to do, right? All right. Ooh. Okay. Oh, you know what that is? I just realized that. That is the wheelbarrow. Goodness gracious, look at that. That's okay. We can make that dark. And then you won't even be able to tell that I did it wrong. How about that? There we go. You know, sometimes you just need a second look. All right, and that is actually the wheelbarrow there too. I actually got a little happy on it. And then we're going to color in all these. There we go. And now we're going to do, let's do our handles. We're going to just do all this in dark, because that'll make it easier. All right. And then, yeah, I was making sure that I was using dark smoky slate. Okay, and we'll go down and then down, and there we go. All right, so let's take the light smoky slate now, and we're going to color in all the open space. And then spaces here. Okay, and now I'm going to do the inside of the wheel. And then we're going to do the outside with a light basic black. And with the basic black, when you're coloring with the basic black, you want to make sure that when you are doing the edge of your image, that you can get close, but just don't get too close. Because if you do this, the black spreads a lot more than any of the other colors that I've noticed. So just as an FYI, the black, I always say take your time with. Very much so. Okay, there we go. Now, you're going to see that there's some like white space in here, and I don't really like that. So I'm going to take that light melon mambo and the fresh freesia, and I'm just going to kind of fill in those white spaces, because really I don't like those white spaces there. We'll add that in there. Okay. And then the rest of it we'll just color in with our fresh freesia. And then you can't tell that it's not supposed to be there. Okay. All right, there we go. Then we are going to pull in our machine, get this one cut out, and put our last pieces together. All right, let's see if I can get it lined up. Add our piece of tape. And here we go. Okay. I'm going to put my die up so I don't lose it later. Bring in my sample here. We are going to pop up our wheelbarrow here. And grab one more. Then we are going to stick this down here. And as far as I can to the left. Okay. Then we are going to take our happy birthday. We're going to put adhesive down this side here. Actually, before we add it, we'll add the adhesive and put our dimensional. Then I'm going to, before I put it down, I'm going to tie my little linen thread bow. Put a glue dot on the back of it. And then adhere it right here at the wheel. Because my birthday, happy birthday, is going to go over that. And then I'm just going to take these and trim it. Oop. Move those out the way. Then we can take our happy birthday and lay it right over like that. And then last but not least, we're going to add our little birds here. Add a couple of them up here in the trees. All right, and then there is the last project, last card for tonight. Hello, Melissa. So that is the projects for tonight. Let me pull those out real quick. So that was the first card, and then here's our little treat box, our little goodie box, and then our last card. And that is it. All right. Oh, and one thing I did forget to tell y'all is make sure, or not make sure, when you place a $50 order in my online store, you get a tutorial that will include the measurements and stuff for that project. That is along with usually about 40 other projects, so give or take sometimes. So, all right, I hope you guys enjoyed the projects for tonight. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Make sure you check out the blog post so you can grab all of your measurements and all the products that are being used. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.